Hi, this is Mrs. Nelson. In this video, we'll be representing subtraction of integers with two color counters. Our learning intention is, I can model subtraction of integers with two color counters. Success criteria, I can create or visualize two color counter models and zero pairs when finding the difference of two integers. In this lesson, we're going to use two color counters to represent integers. Integers are positive and negative numbers. We'll use yellow counters to represent positive numbers and red counters to represent negative numbers. To model the number positive 4, I would use 4 yellow counters. To represent the number negative 3, I would use 3 red counters. Here I have positive 1 and negative 1. A pair of opposites, like positive 1 and negative 1, will combine to make 0. If I add 1, and then I take that same 1 away, I'm left with 0. We can show that with our counters as a zero pair. Positive 1 plus negative 1 equals 0. Let's model positive 4 minus negative 2. I'll need 4 yellow counters to show positive 4. Now I need to subtract or take away negative 2, except I have no red negative counters to take away. We know that we can add 0 to any number and it won't change the value of the number. This is called the additive identity property. 4 plus 0 is still 0. 4 plus 0 is still 4. In this case, we want to add as many zero pairs as necessary to have at least 2 red counters to take away. Adding this zero pair doesn't change the value of positive 4, but it does introduce a red counter. We need 2 red counters to be able to subtract negative 2. So I'll add another zero pair. Now I have 2 red counters, which represents negative 2, that I can subtract or take away. Taking away the 2 red counters, or in other words, subtracting negative 2, I am left with 6 yellow counters. Positive 4 minus negative 2 is positive 6. Let's model positive 1 minus negative 3. We'll first model positive 1 with 1 yellow counter. Currently, I have no negatives that I can subtract or take away, so I need to add some zero pairs. Adding 3 zero pairs, I now have 3 negatives that I can subtract or take away. Subtracting negative 3, I'm left with positive 4. Positive 1 minus negative 3 equals positive 4. Now let's model negative 4 minus positive 5. We'll show negative 4 with 4 red counters. We currently have no yellow counters that we can subtract or take away. So we'll add 0 pairs until we have 5 yellow counters we can take away. By adding 5 zero pairs, we now have enough yellow counters to be able to subtract positive 5. Subtracting positive 5, we are left with negative 9. So negative 4 minus positive 5 equals negative 9. Thanks for learning with me.